This trip's going to be based in Herringfleet, near Somerleyton, somewhere between Lowestoft and Yarmouth. Come and join us. Welcome to the delightfully quirky Shadowwood campsite, a place for the young and the young at heart. You'll love it. Shadowwood is without a doubt the quirkiest caravan and camping site we have ever stayed at. Nestled amongst tall silver birch trees and the odd oak tree, it is ideal for the young and the young at heart. The largest camping area is spacious and flat. Dotted elsewhere amongst the trees are individual pitches for those that want a little bit more privacy. What makes it quirky? The abundance of furniture, fire pits, tables for campers to borrow, the hidden surprises for children to discover and play with, and the free firewood for that authentic barbecue or campfire session. There is a single flushing toilet and wash basin, a good water point with excellent pressure, chemical emptying point, and the obligatory waste bins in enclosures. The site is all about good old-fashioned family fun. Access is good, even for larger outfits, and the site is very well drained. The owner, John, is a true gent, always willing to chat but never intrusive. Tried to film this walk a few times with Alfie, but that's not always the easiest, especially with him pulling on the lead. And although you can't really see it at the moment, it's quite a steep slope. You'll certainly see it coming back, and you'll hear my breathing coming back. I wanted to take you down here because this is part of Shadowwood's certified site, and it's absolutely stunning. Now, it's been quite windy, but today is very, very quiet, so you'll be able to hear probably the birds. There's loads of them around. You will hear the trains in the distance, especially as they go over Somerleyton Swing Bridge. That's quite noisy. They run about every half an hour. I believe it's Norfolk to Yarmouth, Norwich to Yarmouth line. But this is the last little level bit before we go down to the bottom. And the oak trees in here are absolutely amazing. Here's the first one. Now, the owner, John, lops off whatever branches he has to for safety's sake, and then just leaves them. It all forms part of the adventure trail for the children that stay on this site, and it is a children's absolutely brilliant playground. It really is. If you don't mind your kids having scuffed knees, scuffed elbows, your bruise, then they will get so much more from here than they ever will on a games console or a phone. There's rope swings, there's everything down here. And another absolutely gorgeous oak tree. And if we come down to this one, this one I thought was one of the big ones, but trust me, In a minute you'll see an even grander tree. If you do bring your children down here, there will be a level of responsibility that you'll have to take care of as well, because knowing my children and how adventurous they were, there are things like this, not deep, but they are muddy at the bottom, and you know what kids are like, there will be a challenge who can go across there, and a bit of peer group pressure, but and then this leads out onto the marshes, which look something like this. So let's go find this other tree that I want to show you. How's that for an oak tree? What a fantastic spread. Now I have no idea how many years old it is. And this probably doesn't give an idea of the size. So what I'm going to do is come right in close. That main trunk is at least 4 feet in diameter, at least. Okay, let's continue our travels. And then you come to this stile. It's not really a stile. It's a fence that you rupture yourself trying to get through. Now that awful noise you can hear is the train. Now Alfie and I only came in here for the first time this morning. One of our different routes. Now I'm guessing now, but I think that might be Herringfleet windmill. I don't know. We're in Herringfleet and it's certainly the closest windmill to here, but whether it is Herringfleet or not, I don't know. I'm just guessing. At least you get an idea of where we are. If we come around this way, when I say marshes, it's still used for cattle grazing. And there's the little train in the distance. You hear a lot of noise in a minute as it goes over the swing bridge. This is one of the slopes on the hills, and yeah, it's pretty steep. I tried one of the other ones which is even steeper. Needless to say, I've only done it once and it was a lot easier going down than coming up. This one is again about 4 foot at the bottom, but then as it widens, that's a good 5 feet where it forks. The branches on the floor have obviously come from that bit. What happened I don't know. John's coming down later, so I'll ask him. But this tree is far from dead. We go up into the canopy. It's got an amazing spread. That must be spreading some 40 feet across. How old it is, I have no idea. But I bet it could tell some stories. So this is Shadow Woods certified site, camping and caravan club. Showed you the little bit up at the top where the camping takes place, but you get access to all these woods and everything. John is a lovely man, likes to see people enjoying themselves. There's honey here, he'll sell you honey. He'll probably be able to sell you some eggs because there's chickens here as well. All in all, fantastic experience. And will we be back? Of course we'll be back. Not only have we found a superb site, we've made a good friend as well. I didn't want to do this, but I said I would. So I'm now going to do the walk back up. And you'll tell how steep it gets when my breathing changes, which won't be long, trust me. Here we go then. That's one of the steep bits we haven't finished. Still going up. It's a lot harder without Alfie pulling me, I must admit. And we're still climbing. Come to Norfolk, they said it's lovely and flat. But I have to admit, the climb is worth it to see all that I've just showed you down below. And that's it. Back at the top. Time for a cup of tea. Now, those of you that know Mel will know she has fond memories of hiring boats some 30 years ago on Norfolk Broads. In fact, it's a love affair with the Broads that has never gone away. During this trip we've managed to get hold of a boat for her to reignite some of those cherished memories. Now, with all that experience to call on, what could possibly go wrong? Well, as it happens, plenty. We're on our first trip here, destination Beccles, about 2 to 2.5 hours. Needless to say, that did not go to plan. We didn't slip our moorings until early afternoon. Big mistake. Every public mooring we passed were full. Stopping at Beccles wasn't an option after all, as we can't stern moor, the stern drive extending too far out the back of the boat and prone to damage. All the side moorings were full. We had no choice but to soldier on, getting more apprehensive as the lights started to fade. We ran out of river at Geldeston, but luckily enough at 3 visitor moorings, where a very nice man helped us moor after we turned the boat round in the narrowest of rivers. Boy were we relieved to be stopped. The next morning saw us very relaxed, and after a quick breakfast we headed back to Beccles, a journey of no more than an hour. After the stress of our previous day's journey, we spent a relaxing day and night at Beccles. We stopped at Lidl, which is just a short walk up from the quay. Alfie had plenty of space in the park area to play in and made use of every inch of it. He wasn't too impressed at being lifted in and out of the boat though, and he still isn't now. What are you doing in my bed, eh? Are you having fun in there? Are you having fun in there? As you can see, Alfie found the best place to be. We woke up to glorious sunlight reflecting on the roof of the boat as we moored in the mooring. Feeling much more confident with the boat, we planned, in far more detail this time, a shorter trip to Reedham, where again we would stay overnight. Good morning. This is a lovely Sunday morning and I'm walking down on the park around Beccles. We berthed overnight on the riverbank because we can't do a thing called stern mooring yet, but we'll sort that out. But we had Pickle with us last night, well she's still with us now. And we chose here because obviously there's plenty of room for walking your dogs and plenty to keep her happy as well with the playground, and there's an adventure trail board to learn about Beccles. All in all, a great place for a young child, and she absolutely loves it. And as you can see, Alfie really loves it. We won't let him off the lead yet because his recall still isn't brilliant and there's too many other dogs and people. He's very, very people and dog orientated. He absolutely, everybody is his best friend. Well, he thinks they are. Most people are, to be honest. It still takes us probably 3 times as long to walk anywhere. But yeah, they think he's a big cuddly teddy bear. And he has got bigger now. So yeah, this is his Beccles. And Mel's loving her week, 2 weeks on the Broads. Absolutely loving it. We managed to get hold of a boat to enjoy a week of it, and hopefully this video will show a load of those our experiences. So I'm going to concentrate on Alfie walking to make sure he doesn't leave any messages for other people later on, and then we'll catch you later. There's 2 bridges in Beccles that you have to go under to navigate the river. This is the new bridge, and even at high tide, which is about where we are, you've got 11-12 foot clearance. The graffiti people I think the council actually leave this bit for them to do their graffiti on, and there is some talent about. There's some idiots that just mark everything because all they can do is buy a can of paint, but there are some people that can do some really nice stuff as well. This side up here is one of the public moorings provided by the Broads Authority. You can stay here overnight and it's free. There's quite a lot of these dotted around the Broads. The really nice thing about buying boats is it seems to be that the older ones look better than the newer ones. I mean, this one's obviously been refurbished to a very high standard. But what a lovely looking craft. It's fair to say that there's a number of craft that have obviously seen better days, but with a little bit of TLC, this can be brought back into pristine condition to work again, and probably will be. It's sat here obviously for quite a while, but yeah, it's still got a life in it. Thank you for watching, always a pleasure. If you liked what you see, then please hit the like button, and if you want to subscribe, that would be great too. Comments, always welcome. Until the next time, stay safe.